Hello, good evening. Happy Friday. My name is Grace of Stella Maris Readings, the only reader here at Stella Maris Readings. Stella Maris Readings is an endeavor of the heart. Love being able to sit with you and talk about my favorite subject, which is spirituality, manifesting, connecting with the divine, working with the phases of the moon, and creating and manifesting your destiny. Know that I truly believe that we all have the power to connect with God and create beautiful experiences, a beautiful life. Create a heaven, a paradise on earth. You don't have to wait till you get to the other side to have paradise. It's up to you to create this world. And of course, it's always so much more powerful, more amazing and spectacular when you're co-creating with God, with the divine. Putting God into all of your work is just like it elevates it. It elevates it to the stratosphere. You notice that when everyone succeeds and you see them at award shows and you see people that do great things and great feats and create great results and successes, they always say, thank God first. Why? Because they're focusing, they're manifesting. They do not give up on their dreams. They know that it's very much doable, that it's something that they can create by just asking for it, by just visualizing it, by just connecting with God. And that's the first thing that gets a thank you. Thank you, God. And thank you to my family and to thank you to everyone. But it's God who really gives us those opportunities and helps us to open those doors for us to go down these roads of success. And yes, there's a process and there's building and there's sometimes it may feel like it goes slow or sometimes it feels like it's at a distance. But staying focused is very important, staying very true to your faith and trusting the divine and also trusting yourself and knowing that you have purpose and that you're here for a reason and that when you're working with God, you're channeling and working with the right divine energy. So know that everything that you dream of, visualize, and hope for, it is doable. As long as well it's for your best and highest good. And that's something that we should always include in our prayers and in the work with the divine is to give God that total, almost like freelance or ability to help you how it feels it best can do it for you, for longevity, for just really grounded, beautiful success. So trust your instinct, trust the divine, and you're going to see wonders be created right before your eyes. They're called miracles. So thank you for joining me this evening. It's been a cloudy day, a very rainy day out here in the East Coast, in the tri-state area. I always say tri-state area because we've kind of, in this area, get affected more or less the same weather. And it's been a rainy, drizzly day. It's kind of cold. And it seems to be going to be cold this weekend. Not that I'm the weather person, but I love warm weather and I love the sun. I just feel so upbeat. I think that energetically I always feel more upbeat when the sun is out. But the rain also helps to cleanse. And of course, what do they say? April showers bring May flowers. So I'm hoping that the flowers are going to be beautiful and colorful this year and that the earth gets a lot of water to avoid forest fires and all the things that happen lately in the hot weather and the warm weather. But yes, so thank you for joining me this evening. I'm so excited. We have a full moon. Today is a full moon, and tomorrow and Sunday. Tomorrow being the peak of the full moon, and of course it's a pink moon. Say, what's a pink moon? That's when the moon looks a little pinkish. And it's excellent because it's a full moon in Libra. And it's a great time for renewal, rebirth, and blooming energies. Of course, look at the blooming flowers that are going to be coming up. And a fresh start with your relationships, your emotion, things that you feel at peace, and things that for you are really, it's almost like vitamins. It just pronounces it. It just enhances good energy within you and in your relationships and your friendships and your connection with the divine. So this is a time for growth and a fresh new start. We've just got out of the sleepy darkness of winter and we're getting into the lighter part of the season, and when everything starts to bloom and the days are longer, the climate is warmer, so it's a different time of the season, and this is a beautiful season, and it's time to celebrate. We also have the holidays coming up, We have Palm Sunday this Sunday, and Palm Sunday is a very powerful day that we commemorate as Catholics, the entrance into Jerusalem with Jesus coming in. And of course, it's called Palm Sunday because everyone received God in the entrance. Jesus, see, I'm Catholic, Jesus, God. Welcoming Jesus with their palms raised as a welcoming, of course, of royal status and with great reverence and respect. So that's commemorated on Palm Sunday. And of course, that's the beginning of Holy Week. And with Holy Week, we have Holy Thursday, which is the Last Supper. Lots of things going on that day, just instituted in our faith and our religious Catholicism, which is that's the day that was the Last Supper with all the 12 apostles, with missing one apostle. Well, it depends because I think it was later in the evening where he was betrayed by Judas Iscariot. But during that Last Supper, Jesus instituted the priesthood and, of course, the receiving of the Holy Eucharist, which is the consecration of the Eucharist and, of course, the Eucharist being the body and the wine literally being the blood of Christ. And also the format of Mass. And that's Holy Thursday. Friday being Good Friday, which is the overnight was the arrest, and the way they have it is like the death of Jesus. And Saturday, which is a day of solemn rest and penance and repentance, and of course mourning. And then Sunday, which is Easter morning, which is the resurrection of Christ. So this is a very powerful week that we're starting the beginning of Sunday with Holy Week. So lots of just an energy and a lot of things going on, lots of celebrations, a lot of community getting together, and many different faiths getting together to commemorate, not celebrate, commemorate. And then on Sunday, it's a celebration. And it's wonderful because it goes as well with our holiday of, as we're entering spring, all the flowers, it's a representation of after this death of winter where nothing grows. It's rebirth and recharging and new beginnings and new seeds, new life coming into the world, as well as with the death of Christ, the solemnness and the darkness of that. And then Sunday being a time of joy and rebirth and renewal. And we represent that also in the season. So that's a great celebration waiting for that resurrection, as well as with the pink moon in Libra, gives it that energy for working with your heart chakra, working with your emotions, everything having to do with love and elevating your relationships, but also elevating and exalting your energy, connecting with the divine, to bring peace to your soul, to bring peace to yourself, and to really look within and see what things that need to be, some things worked out. So what no longer is in alignment with you, and if you want to raise to higher vibration, some things that we no longer should embrace or be involved in, and put it to the side and give it peace and move forward and really elevate and do things that elevate your soul, your spirit, your energy, and your person, your energy, and in everything that you do. And of course, tomorrow at 11:59 p.m. Pacific Standard Time is the last day for getting your candle to get the free entry into the shaker, the St. Expedite shaker. So if that's something that you're interested in, with the glass reading, excuse me. And when you get your glass reading, so option to get the glass reading so you can get a free entry into the St. Expedite shaker. That's an extra wonderful thing to do because it also is like layering your work. When you do spiritual work, praying, fasting, whatever other things that you do with meditation, the more you do things in your ceremony and rituals, the more energy that you put into this, the more focusing, the more envisioning, more powerful to achieve the things that you want to achieve. And as well as, tomorrow night? Yeah, so tomorrow night, look at how the week just flies by. I can't even keep track of it. So tomorrow, stay tuned. Join me for a live sale. And it's called the Pink Moon, Full Moon Sale. And that's a great time to get products. It's a great sale. And of course, with every $125 that you purchase, you get a free tarot card pull written by me. So I'll give you a tarot card pull and send it with your purchase. Okay, so tomorrow at 9 p.m. Eastern Time, and it's at 6 p.m. Pacific Time. So join me tomorrow night. So excited for us to delve into what's in the Botanica and what things and what products are there for your spiritual use. Remember, these are all spiritual tools. All of this is wonderful. It all works beautifully because it helps you to focus and concentrate on what you're trying to manifest. And energetically, a lot of these things help you to achieve that. But the most important thing, what gives that value, what gives that elevation is it's almost like your energy, you doing your prayer, you setting the intention, and you focusing on it. It's your energy that does that. So it's helpful. It's almost like you're 60, the other is 40. Your 60 energy, the 40 of the tools and the products. Because there are people who could do it without it. Yes, there is. Absolutely. But it takes the years of practice and focusing and really working with your heart chakra, learning how to align your chakras, doing it consistently, doing it something that it's an everyday thing. When you do prayers and meditation and you're really into your spirituality, it's every single day, multiple times a day. Okay, so it really takes a lot of love and a lot of heart and a lot of vision and connectivity to spirit to do that every day. And that, I think that should be the norm. I just think if you want to achieve great things with the most powerful and powerful energy and source of the universe, do it every day, and you can find the time. It's something else when people say, "Well, I don't have time to do this, Grace. It's just like too much." Yes, you can. Yes, you can. Just kind of prioritize. What do you want to do most? What do you desire most? What do you want to achieve most? So there are things that we want. There are things that we want to bring to us closer. There are things that we also don't want. And if you're very focused on knowing what you don't want and knowing what you do want, then why not work with the divine? Because that's a yes. That's most definitely working with the most powerful source. You're going to receive, you're going to achieve the things that you want with the help of God. So it depends on how much you want something, okay, and how much you don't want something. And it all depends on you. You have the power, you have the energy. And that, like that song says, I got the power. Absolutely, you got the power. And you got to say, I've got the power. And again, when you tap into that divine collective source of love and light, there isn't anything you can't do. But remember, for your highest and best good, because sometimes we fester and we obsess and we come from the ego wanting things that are just like, what the heck? They're not the best for you, but there's something in us that we're like, the ego, we're driven by it, but this. And we have the competitions within our own selves. Trust me, I know what that is. You compete with yourself within yourself. So it's important not to do that. It's important to focus on the positivity with light and with a sense of peace and a sense of grounded energy. And you accomplish that through prayer and meditation, okay? And when you're really secure and you really know that you have that connection and that you feel it's present in your everyday life, the things that ordinarily would drive us or we'd be afraid of, or things that we think that we never, it just like becomes like, no. I have no fear. I know that God takes care of everything for me. I don't have to obsess. I don't have to fester. I don't have to be worried. I don't have to live this existence of anxiety, and this energy that it's almost like we lose our breath. If you're feeling like that, you need to completely cleanse yourself, cleanse your home, and really reorganize, prioritize your relationship with the divine. And you'll see that those things disappear. And I'm not to say that there are moments in our lives that we go through stressors that even if we pray and even if we do all these things, we're going to feel that because we are also sensitive to the world, and we can feel those vibrations that could be really overly, heavy at times, and I've been feeling that kind of lately. So I know what that is, but it's important to really go home and ground yourself, go to some quiet space, go to the window, look at the moon, look at the stars, and start speaking. Expel all that heaviness, not sensitive, that heaviness. Because we absorb it when we're talking, when we hear conversations that are negative, when we're looking at the news and the world, it's negative. every single day it's a bombardment of negativity. And yeah, sometimes you have to say, I can't watch that. I can't watch that because I feel like I'm suffocating. And it is. Remember, that's how powerful humanity, their voice, their heart, when it's negative, how you can feel it. And we're all empathic. We all have that gift. It's a blessing. This is part of being human, to be able to feel that. So if you want to start creating that fortress, pray Psalm 91, Psalm 23, pray the Psalms. The Psalms will help you to release a lot of that heavy stuff that you're receiving. And even the Rosary is one of the most powerful spiritual tools there is to really help you refocus and to feel lighter. Automatically, that takes you out of that darkness. And it gives you a sense of hope. Because I know when I do the Rosary and I'm finished, I feel like I have a second wind. Like whatever was suffocating me, whatever was really tormenting me or making me angry or making me feel just like lost for words, that helps me to find that special place where I feel hope, where I feel a sense of peace, where I feel a sense of calm, and I feel God's presence. So those are things that you can do. And if you're not Catholic, take prayer beads. Prayer beads, you know, they sell them, they're smaller. I know that with the Buddhists, they have also their prayer beads. Prayer beads are exactly that, to help you focus in prayer, how many prayers you're doing in a cycle. So do that. And even if you have to read it from any spiritual book to help you, if you feel like you're lost for words, because I know that it's a practice and it's not always easy to find the words or to feel comfortable. So speak out loud. Get beautiful prayer books, any prayer books from anyone. Remember, St. Anthony, St. Teresa of Avila, St. Catherine, St. Scholastica, St. Benedict, St. Ignatius Loyola, all these saints have beautiful written work that you can focus on, that you can say out loud to help you feel more comfortable in saying spiritual words. Because I know that it's a language. It's a language. It sounds differently. It's beautiful. And you may feel sometimes like, I don't understand it, or you may not feel connected to it. So the more you say it, you'll find a way to learn how to feel connected. It'll feel more comfortable as you're saying it. Because when I used to do prayers, sometimes I would have to read them and reread them to try to understand them and try to connect with them, what they mean. Because remember, those are somebody else's feelings. When they reach that level, I don't want to say nirvana, but they reach that level of heightened ability to connect with spirit and feel like they can flow with their words and communicate and say how they feel, because that's a skill. Saying how you feel is a skill. Sometimes we go to words of anger and rage or things in order to, because we can't find the words. So it's important to learn to be comfortable with words. So reading out loud helps you auditorily to get accustomed to those words and to the style and to the language and the adjectives of how that's described, the feelings, and it'll help you to do your prayers with words that flow. And you're adapting some of these words to know and put them together with some of your feelings. That's how I learned how to pray, saying them out loud. And now it's almost like I can pray like at a drop of a hat. Dear God, with all my heart, with all my love and all my passion and grace, I ask for your presence. Please hear my prayers. I need you to hear my prayers every day, because without you, I feel like I'm alone. I feel almost powerless if you're not with me. I feel like I don't have ideas if you're not with me. You are the fire that creates my imagination. You're the fire that creates my love and passion in my heart. You are the fire that lights my day in, day and out. So you see, that flows just like that. When you say prayers out loud, and you practice that, and they don't necessarily, it's not necessarily where you make that instant connection. It's by practicing and hearing it out loud that eventually you'll have your own language with your own words, your own expression, and be in tune with that to be able to say your prayers with so much love, with so much intensity. So it takes a little bit of practice. So know that your words have power, and your vibration of your throat chakra as it speaks, that vibration, even humming has energy. Everything about you has energy. Your look has energy. Your voice has energy. Your hands have energy. Your heat of your body has energy. Okay? Everything you're hearing, when you hear things, the vibration, it affects you and you're influenced. You take that. Everything that has movement, sound, and it has energy. So work with your chakras, work with your abilities to be able to create a harmonious, powerful energy and space to draw in the divine. Your words, your loving words, draw God here to this presence. It opens up to you. Okay, because you're opening up to it, where you're attracting that energy into your body, into your very self, to the very core of you. Speak up. Don't be afraid to say how you feel. And yeah, sometimes we may have some negativity. Expel that negativity, or exercise, as I say, those darker parts, because you let them escape. You remove them from your energy, from the entity of yourself. You remove those dark things. They don't sit there, making space in your heart, taking up space in your core, in your solar plexus, in your sacral. Those are things that we retain, that negative vibration. So what do you do? What do you do? Dance, sing, scream, yell in your space, talk to the divine, talk sweetly, talk loudly. However that energy is flowing within you, release it. Give it a place to speak, and to, whether it's negative, to remove it, and whether it's positive, to draw in that positivity. You have that gift. You have that blessing. It is your birthright to connect and to talk to God. You don't need anybody in the middle to talk to God. You can do that. But in the beginning, you may need somebody to help you. Absolutely. But eventually, the more you practice and the more you believe in your relationship with the divine, that it's a real thing, which it is a real thing. I testify that it's a real thing. I can't express to you how big God is, and how it really speaks to you if you give it the time to listen. And you know what? You learn what's right and what's wrong through prayers also, because you start listening. Your heart starts to speak to you. That's not the best thing to do. That's the best thing to do. Follow your instinct, follow your heart. It speaks to you. I always picture like that in Disney, like the Jiminy Cricket, you're conscious, it speaks just in, and that's a beautiful way to do it in a way that it's understandable, like we're children. But always remember, your conscience is constantly speaking to you. Don't ignore it. You do yourself a disservice to ignore it. And when you listen to it, you're really opening up, listening to the universe. The universe speaks to you every single day. You all know it. You know when it's like, And it's not like, well, it's freedom. Yes, yes, we have freedom and freedom of choice and will. But remember, with that choice and freedom, that doesn't always mean that it's going to end up okay. You know why? Because we're also free to make mistakes, and a lot of us make mistakes, and then we have to work with the consequences of those things. And, and a lot of people say karma. No, karma is a learning. It's that as you do something, know that every action has a reaction, has a vibration. So it's not like it's a punishment. It's like we learn. If we do this, this happens. This is the next step. If we throw that out there, it comes back this way. It's a learning. It's like, it's a process of learning. It's not a punishment. Oh, you're going to have karma for the rest of your life. It's the consequence of our behavior, of what we put out into the world. It's the vibration. It's the laws of attraction. It is science. It is the metaphysics of things. It is the spirituality of things. So know that before you throw out something out into the universe, be aware of everything has a consequence, good and bad. Okay? And you have the ability to work with your heart. Work with your heart. Your heart is so good. We're all born with beautiful hearts. It gets tainted when we ignore it. It gets tainted when we make mistakes and we don't acknowledge it. It gets tainted when we disconnect with it, or we want to escape from it. We don't want to feel it. We don't want to feel pain. We don't want to feel this. We don't want to feel that. It's part of the human existence and experience. Human experience. That's what we're here to do. And the more we experience life and learn from it, the higher we vibrate. Okay, we vibrate a higher. And it's also in our reactions and our behaviors to difficult things that really determine the power of our soul, the power of the goodness within us. Okay, I hope that makes sense. So yes, I'm excited tomorrow to do the Pink Moon sale. It's a full moon, and of course, we'll be taking the honey jar. So yes, We can't ignore this powerful pink moon, and working with your heart, working with love, working with really elevating the essence of you, the essence of our loved one, the essence of our home, our energies, good feelings. I think that it's important to be in touch with goodness and love and kindness and compassion and grace. It's really lacking, and it's important to take this pink moon in Libra to connect with that, because Libra. So Libra is great energy. Libra is balanced energy. Libra is communication. It is air energy and movement and connection and vibration of ideas and communication, and really connecting not only mentally or spiritually, it's also emotionally. So this is a great time with working with the honey jar to strengthen bonds and strengthen relationships, strengthen your core, your who you are. Be good to yourself. We're always trying to make good situations, but also be good with you. Feel good about you. Feel happy with you. Love self. It is very important. It's important to love yourself and to do good things for yourself, to be kind to yourself. Sometimes, we're always performing and we're trying to do everything else and trying to be perfect and have the right life and have the right friends and the right connections and the right jobs, and trying to do all the right stuff that we forget to be right with us. And what's right with us? That we can get up in the morning and look in the mirror and say, I'm happy today. I'm happy I did good things, and I'm happy that I made a difference. I'm happy where I am today. I'm happy in my thoughts. I'm happy in my feelings. I'm happy in my spirit. It's important to be able to say those things and to connect. So connect with all the angels of love and peace and happiness and compassion and grace. Draw those energies into your life. Work with the honey jar to sweeten your disposition and to sweeten the disposition of others around you. We need some sweetness in this world. Sweetness. The way I wake up in the morning, I'm even scared to look at news. I'm just like, okay. And it's just like, it's like we've forgotten how to be kind, how to be human. I think we've been very inhumane. The world is just such a rough place right now. It needs to be sweeter. Love, compassion. That is in all religions, in all faiths. It's about love and respect and compassion. Anything that deviates from that is sheer hellish darkness. Why want to create this on earth? Why live like this? It hurts. It hurts. It just like it gives anxiety. It gives stress. It gives just the feeling of darkness to hear the things that go on. Please. We're going into a season of Holy Week. This is the beginning. We went through Lent. We're still in the process of Lent, and we're going into Easter. Let's resurrect the goodness within us, resurrect the kindness, resurrect the compassion. Jesus was such a compassionate, loving energy. And he sat with tax collectors, with the worst of the worst. And he always accepted and loved without conditions, didn't separate them, even the lepers. He would touch the lepers. He would touch the sick and heal the sick. He wasn't like, well, you're a poor client, you're economically not my kind of people, I can't sit with you. None of that stuff. Opportunity to speak to God, opportunity to be in the kingdom of God was just an open heart and wanting to love and to be loved. That's how you get into the kingdom of God. What's the kingdom of God? The kingdom of God is God's vibration. God's vibration. Live with God and let God live within you. If you do that, there's no space for disrespect. There's no space for hatred. There's no space for prejudice. There's no space for degradation, debauchery. None of those things have space when you allow God to fulfill every nook and cranny of your being. Doesn't need that we all have to think alike, that we all have to be this. No, no. The wonderful part of the world is we all have our differences, that we're different, and that we bring different ideas and things. But the one thing that's important is to respect each other, no matter what. That's really vibrating with the essence of the divine. Compassion, love, respect, forgiveness, and care. I don't know how anybody could sit by and watch distress and crying and horror and nightmares and, hurting of other human beings or mistreatment of other. I just don't have the gut to see it. I don't know how anybody else would have the gut to see it. Remember, love is God, God is love. If you reject love, you're rejecting God. If you don't work with love, you're not working with God. It's simple as that. So tomorrow, it's a full pink moon in Libra. Powerful time to really reacquaint yourself with the divine. Work with your heart chakra. Bring in love. Everything that you write down should have love. No negativity. When you write your petitions, do not put in, I want more love because I haven't been loved in a long time and every love that comes to me is negative. Do not write a petition like that. I've had petitions like that where I'm like, no negativity. I'm surrounded by love. With all my heart, I receive love. With all my heart, I welcome love. With all my heart, I give love. I give love, okay? Let love flow through me. Let love exhale from me. Let love flow through my heart. Let love flow through my solar plexus. Let love flow through my sacral, through my root, through my third eye, through my chakra, through my throat. Let love fill every space of my home, every space of my aura and energy and spirit. Let love flow through my dreams, within my dreams. Let love flow through my family, my friends, my neighbors. Let love flow. Okay? Do everything that you can with the idea of love. Envision hearts. Envision everybody holding hands. Envision everybody being kind to one another. It's ugly. It's ugly. When people just ignore spirit, ignore the divine, ignore their purpose. Those who are nasty are ignoring their purpose. You're not here to be nasty. You're here to be happy. Don't entertain nasty. Things don't have to be this way. Out of the box. Let creativity flow. Let love flow. Containing and controlling and doing all of this, what are you doing? You're stopping the flow of light. You're stopping the flow of energy. You're stopping the flow of the divine through you. Stop living in a box. Open that box. Release and receive. Release and be open to the divine. My God. The dream. I understand that when we pass, we're in the direct connection with spirit, the divine. But I like to feel God here. I like to feel God in everything that I do. I do it with, I resign. I resign all the garbage, all the negativity. I resign. I can't stand that. I want to be swallowed up by love. I want to be swallowed up by God's light. Who doesn't want to feel that love and that passion? I don't think there's anything in the world that can compare to God's love. I say being a mother is wonderful. Oh my God, I love it. It is a gift and a blessing. But because my belief is God's love is even greater. And in prayer, when I do prayers or when I'm talking to God, my whole body, my whole heart feels at home. It's like I don't have to wait to die to feel God. God is right here. God is within you. Breathe. God is within you. Breathe it in. Let God flow through your body. because it's giving you life. It's giving you life. But with every breath that you take, it's giving you life. Take in God. Let God flow through your body. Release all the fears and negativity. Breathe in God. Make space for God within you. Breathe out all the negativity. Okay? So, of course, we have a lot of exciting things coming up. And, of course, the 19th, don't forget what's coming up the 19th. My Saint Expedite Manifestation Candle Service, as we celebrate the feast day of Saint Expedite. And Saint Expedite is no slouch. So for those who want to bring in prosperity, you have things that are pending, immigration, protection against all that stuff, and getting things to move quickly for papers and things to move in quickly, because of course everything is slow. Notice. You owe something, you need to do something, everybody's on your back. But when they owe you something or things need to go your way, everything is at a snail's pace. At a snail's pace. So what are we going to do? Work with Saint Expedite to put some speed, okay? Put in some speed. La cuerda, like they say, that thing. What do you call it? To wind it. Hurry up, let's move. Whatever paper needs to come, let's move it. Anything that is stalling, let's move it. Anything that's being, taken with just like a sense of lackadaisy, like whatever, let's move it. Things need to move. We live in this world. That's it. Crank it up. Thank you, Denise. Crank it up. Okay? To speed it up. More volume. More speed, more energy. Ignite that fire to get things done. Paperwork needs to be done. Legal things need to come through. We don't have time to wait because it seems that waiting can be dangerous. So let's speed up all the energy to move paperwork, legal, immigration, lawsuits, money owed, that all those things come through. Salaries, people who tell you, yeah, you're in for a promotion. Yeah, we're going to, let's see what happens. Oh, no, we're cutting back and all that, stuff. Nah. I don't have time for that. We have to move, speed up. We don't stop living. Things don't stop going. No matter what happens in the world, we still got to move it. Pace is got to move, okay? Fire needs to be in everybody's booty to move, okay? And Saint Expedite is that energy. He is speed. He is movement. He is fire energy. Let's work with Saint Expedite to expedite the paperwork, to expedite all things legal, to expedite all immigration papers, to expedite all court cases, money that is owed, all those things, to move it, okay? Deals, negotiations on the table, or waiting for an opportunity for a job. Oh, we'll get back to you. We're going through a whole thing of series of different people. Come on, just say yes or no. I can't stand that when people leave. Oh, we're going through, a body of people. We'll let you know. By next week, we'll let you know. Then a month passed by. You know what? It's ridiculous. I can't stand people holding up other people. Don't do that. Everybody's working, in their own lives with pace. Things need to get done. Bills need to be paid. Order needs to be restored. Lots of things need to go with speed. So yeah. Let's work with Saint Expedite, April 19th. It's his feast day. I'm telling you, I am a witness. Works the speed of lightning for your best and highest good. Remember, everything is timing. So things that need to be done that you've been stagnant and waiting, they'll come through, absolutely, with great speed. But there's some things that you may want that are a little slower because timing is of importance. The timing, the right timing needs to come in. Because remember, the universe is helping you design things when you're like, well, I need this, this, and this. Now the universe has to turn everything around to navigate it and create it for your scenario. And of course, remember, what are you dealing here? You're dealing with energy. Everything has to come to fruition. Everything has to go through some sort of magical whatever the universe does to get it to all work together in the fabric of the rest of the world, okay? So speed, focus, put all your energy into the things that need to be done with Saint Expedite. So join me April 19th. I can't wait because good things always happen with the Saint Expedite like I said, I'm a witness. He's a big deal to me. And I've been working with St. Expedite since the very beginning. And of course, all the St. Expedite oils and the St. Expedite spray has a, discount. And of course, that they're up, but also we have the St. Expedite floor wash, the 12 ounce and the 32 ounce. Okay, these are new. These are not, they have no discounts. There's no breaks because these are new. These are fresh. And what is this for? To remove stagnancy. Remove it. Pa fuera. Goodbye. See you later. No, not even see you later. See you never. Procrastination is see you never. I can't stand stagnation. Okay, gives me it gives me just the heebie-jeebies. I start to hyperventilate when things don't move. Okay, I like things manifesting. I like movement. I like energy. I do not like sitting down and waiting for things to happen. If they're not happening, I figure out another way. If I figure this way, I do this. I start praying. I do this. I do that to manifest. Okay, but I also know that timing is of great importance, and I trust it. So sometimes if things aren't moving quickly, I say, okay, dear God, I know. Okay, so next, but I'll wait. And I'm never disappointed, okay? So this floor wash is to remove stagnancy. I'll read it to you. Infused with the intercessory power of St. Expedite, this sacred floor wash is crafted to shield your space from stagnancy and procrastination. Invite financial blessings and swift justice to fill your home light. Okay, so and it has the instructions right on the label. And it smells, of course, delicious, beautiful. I'm not heavy on fragrance. I do not like stinky fragrance on top of another and just like, I like fresh. I like botanicals. Keep them as fresh and as natural as possible. So take a look at those floor washes, St. Expedite, to move things quickly. Okay. So, of course, I'm open to any questions that you may have about spirituality, working with the phases of the moon, the pink moon, what to work with between today, tomorrow, and Sunday. Tomorrow's the peak. And remember, tomorrow is also the live sale. So if you have any questions, and I'm here to answer them. And, of course, tomorrow night I'll be live at 9 p.m. Eastern Time, 6 p.m. Pacific Time. And you can ask me all the questions you want about some of the products. And, of course, all the products bring instructions. And, like, the floor washes and some of the sprays have the instruction right on the label in the front. But if you have any questions like, what do I do for this? And what do I do this? And you can ask me those questions, okay? And, of course, I'll be presenting a lot of all the oils, all the spiritual waters, all the incense. And I'm big on incense. And I have incense for everything. And I love when you're working with incense because that's an easy way to draw in energy and to work with energy by doing the money, called the dollar, the patchouli, the St. Expedite. Those are all money things that draw in money. And then as well as for love. You have the Mother Mary incense, you have the Archangel Raphael incense, you have the rose incense, because rose vibrates at 325 megahertz. Rose energy is powerful for everything having to do with love and emotion and just elevating all your spiritual work. You want to put money, elevate it, put rose. You want to do love, you want to elevate it, put rose. You want to be closer to God, put rose because you elevate that. Everything. Rose is like that powerful thing that you just do a dash. You know, like Emery used to go, bam. You want everything elevated, put the rose, elevated, bam. All right, so there's incense for everything, even for blocking out jinxes and hexes and all that stuff. And you know what that is. What are those things? Or evil eye, or destroy all evil. That's to block out nasty energy of jealousy, negativity that people throw at one another. Guess what? Even when you're driving, you get that, okay? You get people cutting you off and giving you the finger and those things, that's giving you negativity, okay? You even feel the shivers. I know that I don't even know. I remember I was getting a parking space. I was going to Walmart to pick up some, I think, sparkles or something. And I'm waiting for somebody to get out of their parking space. My son and I are waiting for parking, and I'm waiting. Do you know that they took extra time? It was like on purpose. They were purposely taking longer. And we sat, just wait, patiently, we'll wait, because it was so close to the entrance. Let's wait. Remember, I got a bad foot. So let's wait. And it comes to a process where I said, you know what? It's already been like 10 minutes. Let's just go around. We go around. Do you know that they start, when they see that we're coming out, they literally went back in when they saw us coming. So went around again, they started to leave because we weren't there to get the parking space. Finally, we got there, and you know what they did? They gave me the finger. I don't understand the hatred, and I know why. I know why they gave me the finger, okay? It was my race that gave me the finger, because it was ugly, and they were just screaming vulgarities. So I know that maybe their check didn't come in the mail, or they were mad about something, or just whatever. But you see, it's like, why? What was the purpose of that? How would they like somebody to treat their child or their mother in that certain way? So what? Or them. And you know what? Imagine, they know who they do it to, because they wouldn't do it to a 6-foot big, gigantic man. They wouldn't do that to a big 6-foot gigantic man, okay? So yeah, because they know they got something coming if they did something like that. So be in the light and the positivity. And you know what? That did bother me, because I felt violated just visually, and I felt like almost like my stomach got sick. I felt sick to my stomach, like my stomach turned. You know, like I can't see blood. Blood makes me nauseous. And I literally felt like that feeling when I see blood, that they call it in Spanish, they call it asco, disgust. It's like a just feeling of, yeah. So kindness, you know, even when you're driving, kindness. Put your cart back, kindness. Respect things that are around you, kindness, fairness, justice. I think that if all of us practiced a little bit of that, it would get better, okay? And I've gone where people are so nasty, where, you know, say, I apologize, I'm so sorry, you know, and I'll be super extra nice. They don't even know what to do with themselves, like they don't know how to react. They don't know how to react to kindness. They don't know how to react to patience. They don't know how to react. I'll open doors and I'll hold it for people. People don't even say thank you. And it happens all the time. It's like, I don't understand. Is it like, are they raised in a barn? Because that's the only explanation for me, is like, are you raised in a barn that you don't know anything, that you have no common sense? Yeah, so I do think that a lot of things are lost, and it's important to teach our children not to, you know, not to act crazy out in public. You know, went to a movie theater, like 10 of them were jumping on the chairs. It's like, oh my God, what's going on? What's going on? Yeah, so I do feel pity, and I do say, dear God, please bless these people. Give them an opportunity, Lord, that they could see some light. Help them to see light. Always don't wish them negativity. You know, with negativity, go back with positivity. Be positive when you go out to eat, when you go out, whenever you're out in your business, say thank you, and just even say nice things to the people that are working, because a lot of people are angry. There's a lot of responsibilities and things that they're responsible for, and it's a lot, and I understand it. Emotionally, they're overwhelmed and overburdened. Something simple as, how pretty you look today. What a nice day. I hope you have a great day. How was your day? And, you know, what is your name? And I always like to look at tags and say, thank you, Mary. Have a great day. Acknowledge them. See them, you know, face to face in the eyes. You know, a lot of us are on the telephone and, yeah, no, I don't know, whatever. Put the phone down. Exchange. Human exchange is important. We're people we're social animals. I mean, not that we're animals, but, you know, in the species of, we're very social. We need to have that connection. It's important to connect. Okay, that's all I'm saying. Have a nice day. Have a nice night. All right, so I'm open for any questions that you may have on any of these subjects, so welcome.
A viewer on Instagram said, I've been working with my intuition and I got the feeling of not attending a get-together with friends. I found out the next day a couple of my friends had some strong words for each other.
See? Intuition. It never fails. It never lies to you. Great call on that. Continue to do that. Now that you have proof, continue to just work off of that instinct of yours. It talks to you. Universe talks to us.
A viewer asked, do you do timelines?
What is that? Timelines. I don't know.
In a reading, do you give a timeline of something?
Remember, timelines is not an exact science, okay? If you had everything on a timeline exactly, you might not always have a good reaction towards it. You may not, it just doesn't work that way. Universal timing and human timing are completely two different things. You can get a ballpark of a vibration of a timing, but the exact date and on Thursday the 25th, this is gonna happen, boom, boom, boom. And then wait 2 days to make a decision because this is gonna happen on Sunday. No, it doesn't work like that, okay? Timing in the reading, it's about from now, within 24 months. 24 months. That's like I've noticed that it's from the timing of now that we read to about 24. 8, it goes 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 24, up to 36.
A viewer on YouTube asked, does St. Expedite work best for things you need more of? Things you need more than things you want?
It works for the things that you want and you need. Like both energies. I want it and I need it. And it's important. Like it's important. Not I just want it or I just need it. I want it, I need it, and it's important. So in that vibration, and that it's for your best and highest good. It's like it's a necessity. It's almost like it's a necessity. It's a need of life. It's a need. You need that. Not just because you want it, because it's necessary. What is necessary. And yeah, sometimes it's like what you need, but it has to have the elements, a little bit of the other two. Okay? All right. So trust it. The thing with timing, and when you do working with St. Expedite, you got to renounce, you have to surrender. Like you're asking for something and you need something. I need it with the speed of lightning, St. Expedite, as fast as possible, as the universe will allow and bring and bless me with the speed of the divine. Leave it at that. Leave it at that. Listen, St. Expedite, tomorrow's 11:58 p.m. I'm going to need that cash like today because I need to have it in my bank because I need to have it, just trust it. Trust it. Okay? Don't obsess. I notice that if I obsess and I obsess and I obsess, guess what? I'm almost like taking the energy out. I'm exhausting the energy out of it. It's like do it and then give it off to St. Expedite to pray it for you and trust God. Trust the universe. Okay? So the full moon, tonight you have that energy, tomorrow's the peak, and then you have Sunday. So there are things that you can do. Go to the window. I know it's a little, you can't see it here on this part of the country because there's rain, especially in the tri-state area. I don't know, Florida or whatever. But here it's raining, so you may not be able to see it, but the energy's still there. The moon is there. You can speak out into the universe for the things that you want. And talk with the full heart, with the pure heart. And a pure heart is not to hurt anybody, not to take anything away from anybody, not to move something out of the way. Can't stand that. Can't stand that. Well, I'm asking for the removal of a third party, and I want him all to myself, and I want this all to No, it doesn't work like that. It's dark. That's darkness. Always with love and positivity. And when you're doing your petitions with positivity, do not bring any negativity into writing. I've had where people will say, I'd like to get this position. I'm tired of being looked over. My boss is nasty. I want him to make sure that he gives me what I deserve. That's not a petition. That's not a petition. Nothing's going to happen.
A viewer asked, how are you feeling?
Good, thank you. Now, but I'll be honest. The news stresses me out. I feel for everybody. It makes me want to cry. Makes me want to vomit.
Okay.
That's how I feel. But besides that, I'm doing very good because I get the opportunity and the privilege to do this work and to do my prayers and stuff. But I can feel it, and I have to do I brought some of the incense up to, literally it was smoking in this place here with all the incense, trying to just clear out that vibration of heaviness.
A viewer said, I love you always, but I love you more today. I love your spirit, your happiness, and above all, how you're so animated. I just love it. Thank you for sharing that beautiful part of you.
Thank you so much. Who is this?
Claudia.
Thank you, Claudia. Thank you very much. I appreciate that.
A viewer asked, is this a great time to charge our crystals and other items? Of course, I know it's a full moon, but what energy is it?
Okay, it's the pink moon energy. It's a Libra energy. And remember, the energy of the full moon always clears out all kind of negativities or things that may be stuck on your crystals. It just clears out. And because remember, what do the crystals do? They give vibration, but they also soak up a lot of negativity to take it away from you. So what do you do with that full moon? Just put it there, because what it'll do, it'll just neutralize it. It'll clean it. Remember, nature is a natural cleanser. It's natural cleanser. Water, salt water, natural cleanser. The moon, the sun, natural cleansers. The airflow, natural cleanser. The earth, putting things on the earth, it soaks up all the negativity and it neutralizes. It is a cleanser. It is powerful. The element, the earth, is powerful. Okay? So during these times, you have, let me try this again. You have the ability that you're working with that moon energy. The moon, what does the moon do? Look how powerful the moon is. If we didn't have the moon, we'd be floating in the air. We would not be on the ground. The moon is a satellite, and it grounds our earth. It helps the seas to move and the currents to flow and the air to flow. If we didn't have that moon, I don't know what would happen, but it wouldn't be pretty. So know that the moon is so powerful and is so stoic because it's there constantly. And it does all this work, all this magic. And it just sits there beautifully, okay? So know that the moon is cleaning and charging. Think of the moon can move the earth. It can, but not move the earth, but what I'm saying is it can affect the currents. It affects us, okay? Listen, sometimes in the month we're a little bit bonkers. We're influenced by the moon, where our moods go up or our moods go down, depending on our sign, our personality, our energy, the day we were born. We're affected by the celestial world and the natural world and all these celestial bodies. We're connected to it. So yes, put it out there, say a beautiful prayer, put them on a ledge or on a window ledge. You could also put them on the earth. So if you have a house and you have a backyard, put them on the earth. So the earth cleans it, neutralizes it, and the moon charges and cleans it. You have total success there, okay?
A viewer asks, you said you're amazing. Thank you so much. It's teaching us so much.
Oh, you're very welcome.
A viewer asks, does Saint Expedite help with getting rid of debts?
Yes. All money. Don't question, no questions in the sense that, don't question it in anything having to do with money. That's your saint. Everything on the earthly plane is this saint. You have debts, help you clear it. You need money, brings money. You need an opportunity that brings you money, helps you with the opportunity that brings you money. You need some paperwork, negotiations to make deals so money can flow, helps you with the deals and negotiations for money to flow. You're looking for a mortgage, helps you with your mortgage. You're looking to lift up your credit rating, helps you with your credit rating. Need some to pay some bills, and helps you with the paying of the bills. You want a promotion, you want more money, helps you to get a promotion, more money, or even just an increase with more money. Money that you forgot that people owe you, all of a sudden appears. Things where there are windfalls and accidentally you don't remember that there's money here. Guess what? The money comes out of places you didn't know money came out of. Everything flows. Anything having to do with debts, money owed, needing money, wanting to create more money, wanting to open a business, wanting to expand your business, wanting to have more clients. Clients? Brings you clients. Helps you. In other words, he paves your path to be able to achieve the things that you want. For your best and highest good. Darkness and money? No. Don't ask. Hey, I got a deal coming down. It's fraudulent, but it's going to bring me some money and everything's going to pay off. Don't ask him for that. You're never going to get an answer. He's going to do one of these. I don't even know you. I don't even want... Bzzz, bzzz, I don't even know you. I don't even want to hear your voice. Okay? Anything that's negative, anything in any trades, illegal money, don't bother because it comes with great darkness and consequence. You don't want that. Okay? You don't want that. You don't want that. So everything on the positive, everything that is to enhance. Remember, what do we need money for? To pay our bills in our homes, to put food on the table, to have the lights on, to pay your note, your car note, or your lease, to pay for the kids' school, to pay for their shoes, to pay for dental, to pay for what? Therapy. To pay for what? Make sure they cut your nails so you don't scratch people. Could do your hair so you look nice and beautiful. Whatever things that is to enhance your well-being, your comfort, good things and opportunities, that's what he's for. Okay, don't ask him about, psst, St. Expert, I got a deal going down. Got some clothes off the rack. I need to sell it. I need clients. None of that. They're not going to happen for you, okay? All on the positive, all on the positive, all on the elevation with love and a sense of, like, moral ground, okay?
A viewer asks, what do you recommend for clearing grief?
Clearing grief? Rosary. The rosary. And if you're not Catholic, prayer. Speak to God every day. Light a little candle. And whatever you're grieving for, whether it's a person who's passed or has left your life, prayers for them, for their well-being, to elevate them and to bring them peace, and also to have peace and to make that separation and to make that adjustment, and for your healing. Pray. Light a candle. Take spiritual baths. Cleanse your home. Focus on the positive. Start looking towards expanding yourself and doing good things for you. Sharing your life with others who are open to you and to help you and to feel their peace, and also work with just living. Living. Remember, you're here to live. Yes, we have our difficulties. Trust me. I'm a mother of 5, married 40 years. Trust me. Okay? There's a lot goes on. I've been married since I'm what? 17, 18? Yeah. I'm 50, I'm gonna be 50. Oh my God, I'm gonna be 57. A lot goes on. There's a lot of ups, a lot of downs, a lot of trials. Okay? Remember, we're not just ourselves, we're part of different tribes. Our work tribe, our home tribe, our friend tribe, our colleague, or whatever tribes. We belong to many tribes. The social world tribe, this government tribe, this country tribe. So many different tribes that we're from. Trust me, there's ups and downs in every single tribe. So give yourself strength and patience and prayer to get you through everything. Without it, how can you? You're very welcome. So if with your husband pass, light him a little candle, a white candle, and do a novena. A novena, even like, let's say, yes, as a Catholic, it's a novena. But if you're not Catholic, a novena would be something that you just sit for those 9 days and you ask God to elevate their soul. You ask God to bring them peace, and you thank God for having them in your life. That God gave you this person for this X amount of years. You've been married 20 years. Thank you, God, for giving me this person for 20 years. I'm so grateful because I learned to love. I learned to do so much. I learned a lot of difficulties as well because I went through some hard stuff, and we were able to work those things out, things that we had to think about, things that we had to go through some emotional stuff, because marriages aren't perfect. Anybody who walks into a marriage thinking that it's perfect, you're in for some huge disappointments. It's not all perfect because there's compromise, there's communication, there's trying to be on the same page because we're not the same. We're different people. And you have to learn how to grow with the spurts that you have as a couple. So there's a lot that goes into relationships. And a lot of people think, oh, I got to get married, got to get married. My happiness and all the world's going to be right if I get married. No, that's just the beginning. I think the most fascinating time is before you get married because it's all love and flowers and birds and hummingbirds and paradise and coconuts and everything. It's all fun and dandy before that. But then comes the real stuff, which is, where are we going to live? What are we going to work? How are we going to make that money? How many kids are we going to have? Oh my God. This child is sick. This one's difficult. This one's got a personality. Oh my God. School. This one's enjoy. There's a lot that goes in that brings in a lot of static into relationships in a family. So know that marriages are something that is a gift because we also grow from those those differences, and trying to collaborate and trying to also work cohesively because you're a team. So in the prayers, always thank God for the not so great stuff because it taught you a lot, and all those wonderful moments that have graced your life. Okay, so prayer, gratitude, and also healing. And remember all the good things in the person that you've lost, all the good things, all the wonderful energy and happiness that they provided for you. Okay?
A viewer asked, I am a Reiki practitioner, and during sessions, angels show up with messages for my clients. How can I better communicate and contact them?
By continuing doing what you practice, it'll grow. Remember, everything in good timing. The universe reveals itself when it's the rightful time. So ask for what you want and be open to hearing when it comes through. Practice and practice and practice. The more that you do, the more that you speak, the more you will know. Give yourself the time and patience. Yes, we have things that we want to create and do. And if they can, I can invite them in and they could just walk through the front door and just sit with me and help me write books. I would be so pleased. But you know what? It'll reveal itself in the timing of, because as you're doing Reiki as well as you're also elevating self. You're also, as you're communicating and connecting and working with these angels, you're also, your skill set is what? Moving upward, moving upward, moving upward. The more you know, the more you'll feel, the more you'll learn, the more you'll hear. So continue what you're doing. You're on the right track, okay? So know that your angels are consistently working with you to honing your craft, to perfect it. And what's perfection? Perfection is, it's never ending. It's new things coming in. And there'll be a time that the Reiki will turn into something else and it'll expand into something else. You'll continue to just flow with it and it'll grow. Okay? I hope I was able to answer your question.
A viewer on TikTok asked, are you Catholic or spiritual?
Both. Okay? By initiation through childhood, what my parents chose my faith. And I went to school for a long time, Catholic school, from, preschool all the way up to, or kindergarten, whatever, all the way up to high school, the ending of high school. That has been my doctrine, my practice, and my education, and I love it. I loved it. I loved scripture. Religion was one of my strongest, classes. It was art, social studies, and religious studies. Those were my three favorite subjects. And notice how they all kind of fall within each other. And I love spiritual art. I love Renaissance art. I love medieval art. I like Gothic art, religious art, beautiful. And I just have a love for it. I just flow with it. It's not where I reach and says, this is not for me. There's some things that are not perfect, but there's no perfection in anything. Remember, everything that's human made is not perfect. Only God is perfect. So there are some things that, oh my God, we had the Inquisition, we had some things, and a lot of our saints were what? Martyred. Who were they martyred by? Yes, other faiths, but also within our own faith, okay? St. Joan of Arc. So there are things, but also what I do love about my faith is the consistency of trying to grow and expand and trying to do good in the world, which is very important, doing good in the world. And of course, and continuing to teach and to learn from it, not teach, to learn from it. Your Bible is wonderful, absolutely beautiful, but it has a lot of meaning. There's a lot of text to learn, and you really have to read. There's a lot between the lines, and it teaches you. And especially the New Testament is my favorite. I'll say why. Because you have Jesus teaching. You have Jesus giving you a different perspective. Jesus is what? Forgiveness, compassion, respect, seeing the good in one another. That is the focus of his ministry. And he came to sit here with everybody, not just with the rich, not just with the middle class, with the poor and those who are disenfranchised. And that's what I love the most, is that he gives us all an opportunity to be loved, all the opportunity to love through his teachings. And you know what? He was crucified for having those teachings. He was vilified for teaching that. And even to today, people are vilified for teaching love, respect, kindness, compassion. It seems like it's difficult that no matter what time in history, humanity still has a difficult time learning those teachings of Jesus. So it makes me insane when I hear people talk about, well, Jesus, and you should not be praying. Jesus is the only Savior. Jesus is only this, but they're doing the very ugly thing that you're not supposed to do, which is criticizing and finger pointing what you should and shouldn't do. Don't do that. Love everyone. Be kind to one another. Kindness, let it flow. Don't be stuck on phrases and words. Be stuck on the message, which is what? Compassion, forgiveness, love, respect, and seeing the good in one another. Instead of looking what's ugly, look at what's beautiful. If we spent more time looking at what's beautiful instead of what's ugly, we wouldn't be picking the way we pick. Okay?
What is the meaning of having your period synchronized with the full moons?
Remember, a cycle of 28 days. The natural order of the world. It's a mystery. That's the way it flows. Okay? Literally. 28 cycle of the moon. Okay, remember the moon affects the water, the content in your body. Notice how people get really nasty and cranky around a full moon or even a new moon. We're all affected by the moon. It affects the waters. We're made up of how much water? Exactly. I know it's 98%. Can you find out exactly what the number is of the water content in the human body? While we research that, because I want to get the exact number.
I don't even know.
You don't even?
It says up to 60%.
I think it's more than
but
that.
I've heard different.
I've heard different. Somebody said 60. It's like 90% water. We're all water. Think of it. The minute we go pick like this, what comes out? Fluid. Okay, fluid. We're all over the place. Okay. You thought 78? Okay, that sounds good. But I feel like it's higher. Okay, maybe there's a dot. 90. Yes, Marguerite, I thought it was 90. That's what I've always learned, that it's 90%. I remember in my science, there were 90% water. Okay, so yes, Margarita. Thank you. All right. So yes, wonderful times, though. Wonderful times. We could create and make it, say, these times we could make them wonderful by being positive. Okay? I know it's difficult, but we got to keep on keeping on. We got to stay close to our faith. This is the most important time of our lives that we need to be steadfast with our faith and our belief in God and visualize the light. This is the way I do it. When I do prayers, I visualize God's light, just like that light, illuminating the whole earth. That every child that's going to bed hungry is elevated, that they feel God within them. Everybody that's suffering feels a sense of peace for that second. That as I pray that God is, illuminating us. And, there's just so much we can do. But just be positive, say your prayers, commend the souls and the well-being of others to God. God, have mercy on all of us. And God, let us feel your love. Help us to go beyond the barriers of our minds to connect with each other and to be loving and send waves of love across the sea, across the world, to all those who suffer. And for those that are here who are suffering, because the thing is, we talk about suffering in the other world. There's suffering in this world, here in this side of the world, here in this country of ours. There is suffering. There's so much that goes on. The value of the feminine divine is just in a bad place. And we have to remember who we come from. We are supported and we've given breath and life through the divine grace of God, but through a mother. Respect and love women. Elevate our women. Support our women. Not to say that men are any less important, but, if you think about it, men are the ones that are ruling the world at this moment. Okay? All right, so positivity, love, and kindness, and respect, and forgiveness. Very important. All right, so remember tomorrow, we're doing a live sale, and it's a full moon. Tomorrow it's the peak. And of course, we're going to do the honey jar because we want to work with this beautiful power and energy with this pink moon in Libra about communication, love, strengthening, positivity, strengthening unity, strengthening kindness, compassion, and love, and bringing all that in. So we're going to be doing the honey jar tomorrow. So if that's something that you're interested in, just click the link in my bio and join the honey jar. Okay, it's there to work with and work with this moon. I don't want to leave that and not work with that moon. But don't forget also that April 19th is the feast of Saint Expedite, and it's going to be off the chain, off the hook, whatever you call it. It's going to be the bomb diggity. It's going to be amazing. Okay, so we're going to work with that to bring in all that good stuff. All right, so before I go, I always like to throw out an oracle card. So we're going to do that. Tonight we're going to work with this beautiful oracle card deck called Ancestor Spirit. Okay, beautiful. So let's work with our ancestors. Let's see what kind of messages they have for us. All right, so before I start, you guys know I do an exercise called grounding and visualization. Grounding and visualization. And I do it when I do my YouTube and I do, I throw cards for the week, tarot card pulls for the week. I always do that exercise just to help you at that very moment. Not only are you getting, a little bit of a foresight of what's to come in the week, I'm also giving you the opportunity to exercise and learn how to get into a state of peace and to be open and feel warmer and lighter and connect with the divine. Okay, so we're going to do that because that's the only way I can read. All right, so everybody, are you ready? Say yes. Say yes. Are we ready? Are we ready? Are we ready? All right, so let's begin. I'm going to ask you at home to get comfortable. Okay, relax, get comfortable. Close your eyes. Take a deep breath in. And exhale. Breathe in. And exhale. Picture yourself. Just picture yourself atop this beautiful mountain with the air flowing through your hair as you take a deep breath in and exhale. You can smell the grass, the warm earth. You could smell the leaves off the trees as you take a deep breath in and exhale. You can hear the sounds of the wind, but also the sounds of the birds that fly above you, the sound of the hawks hawking, the bees buzzing, and the sound of the butterfly wings fluttering all around you, all the colors that are around you as you take a deep breath in and exhale. Breathe in and out. Expand your arms open. Feel the air. Feel the energy of your body flowing. Feel the sun on your skin and feel the sun flowing through your hands, the heat, the warmth as you take a deep breath in and exhale. And you can feel the vibration of the warm earth flowing through your bare feet as you take a deep breath in and exhale. You feel a sense of peace and calm. At this very moment, you don't feel any worries. The world and the things that are going on at this moment, you're free. You're free. You're opening, and you're opening up to spirit. God shines on you with love, with deep affection, with grace, with pure light as you take a deep breath in and exhale. You can feel the presence of your ancestors sending you love and light, and you could feel the presence of your angels giving you love, sending you warmth and kisses and hugs and light as you take a deep breath in and exhale. You know you're not alone. You've never been alone. You're not alone as you take a deep breath in and exhale. Breathe in and exhale. You can feel the world around you, and you could feel your heart flowing. You could feel the warmth, just that light moving from your feet up through your body, filling every nook and cranny. Your chakras are cleaned and clear, and they feel charged. As you breathe in, you feel strong. As you exhale, you feel love and light and peace. There are no worries. Everything is right with the world at this very second. You've got God, your saints, your angels, your ancestors, and all of the earth in union in your body, in yourself, as you take a deep breath in and exhale. How did this exercise make you feel? Type it in the chat. How did this exercise make you feel? Warm. Good, good. Excellent. Calm, light, safe. The sunlight got so bright. Beautiful. Free from frustration. Loved. You are loved. Don't forget that. You are loved. You are truly, divinely, perfectly loved by God. That's why you're here. That is why you're here. None of you are here by accident. Not any one of you is here by accident. You're here because God loved you so much. Okay? Wonderful. Excellent. All right, so let's begin. Dear God in heaven, surround us with love and light. Deliver us from negativity and darkness. Let your love and light prevail. Saint Michael, Archangel Gabriel, Uriel, and Raphael, be present with us. Protect us and guide us and keep us close to the light of the Lord. Bring us good news for the best and highest good of us. Let our ancestors, let our ancestors speak. What messages do they bring us? What is their advice? What is their recommendation for us today? Let us hear these messages of light. Thank you, God. Thank you, angels, for your presence. And thank you for all the light of the universe for your presence. Amen. What are the messages for the ancestors to us? Oh, very nice. All right, let's see. All right, so these are the messages. Very, very nice. These are stuck together. Hold on. There's a purpose and a reason. All right. All right, so the messages are connect with water, ocean, water spirits, hydrate. So it's important to work with water. Our ancestors are telling us to work with water. So there are many ways that you can work with water. And also, I've also posted how to work with water. So take a look at that. Working with water is what? Bathing, doing spiritual baths, sitting in water, connecting with the water, speaking to the water, putting a bowl of water in your house to cleanse and clear all the impurities, stagnation, and negativity that may be floating in your space. Put water under your bed so when you sleep, you're illuminated and you're cleansed and filtered against negativity. And that you also, while you're sleeping, you receive messages, because that's also a way to receive messages. So purify, work with water spirits, and hydrate. And also, this is for me because I don't like drinking water, so I have to drink water. To drink more water. That way you get rid of impurities, you get rid of negativity that way, and that you cleanse your body as well and bless. You're blessed by drinking water and bathing in water, and also putting bowls of water at your altar, your place where you pray, under your bed water, next to your bed water. So the universe, your ancestors want you to work with water. Glass is best. Okay, the next one is go after your goals. Your ancestors are saying go after your goals. Don't sit back. What are your goals? Do all the spiritual work, the focusing energetically, lift up your vibration. Trust yourself. Don't doubt yourself. Know that you're powerful and strong. Know that you're here with a purpose. Remember those things. When you start to freak out and say, I don't know if I... Yes, you can. That's why you're here. You're here because you can. Okay? Go after your goals. Persist, encourage, and advance. Insist, encourage, and advance. Go after your goals. How do you go after your goals? Speak it out to the universe. Okay? Focus on it. Write it down and journal it. Get a vision board to see it. Okay? Visualize. Internalize. Manifest. Believe. Do not allow self-doubt to come in here. No doubts. You have a doubt? No doubts. Okay? Go after your goals. That's what you're here to do. You're not here to be in despair. You're here to go after the things that you want. Okay? Okay. Earth magic, nature, rituals, and charms. Okay. Look how cute. That's literally me. That's literally me. That's me in the woods. That's me in the woods saying, I need this plant, I need that plant, I need this plant. Okay, carry rosemary, carry chamomile, carry lavender, put it in a sachet, burn it, clean the house, clean the property, bury it in. Yeah, that sounds like me. So listen here. Earth magic is not heavy or difficult to do. Earth magic is, like I told you, put a bowl of water to clean all the negativity and the impurities in your space. Okay. Little rituals and charms. Rosemary, put it under your pillow so you remember your dreams. Burn rosemary, or in vapor, like you put it in, steep it and let the vapors, to do what? To ignite money and wealth and to come through your home and property and space and pocketbook. Okay. So many things that you can do to help yourself to create wonderful opportunities and wonderful manifestations. So work with the earth. Go after your goals. So this is kind of interesting, okay, because it's telling you they all kind of connect with one another. So the universe, your ancestors are saying what? Our ancestors have been using fire to do what? Dance around the fire to do what? To get warm, but also to connect with the divine, okay, and to cleanse and purify negativity, and also to call in spirit. Working with water, to connect with water, because it's healing, it's cleaning, cleansing, and purifying. So you feel lighter. You can connect with more clarity, being able to hear, sense, and feel energy. Okay, and then go after your goals. So work with the earth, work with the water, and just focus on what you want. So literally, work with the elements, earth and water, and then do what? Go after your goals. I think your ancestors are saying, do what we did. How did we bring in good crop? Dance around the fire. How did we make it rain? We sang, make it rain, make it rain, make it rain. Okay, so literally, what is the rain dance? Our indigenous beautiful people did the rain dance when the earth was dry. And what did they get? They got water. Okay, so they know what they're doing. They were very connected to spirit, very connected to the universe. They read the stars. They followed the stars. They heard water. They heard God through the water, through the earth, through the vibration of the movement of animals. They could hear things going on coming from a distance. Why? Because they were very in tune with God, nature. God is nature. Nature is God. Okay, so yeah. So literally it's telling you connect with nature, connect with water, cleanse and purify yourselves, work with water in your home, keep it under a bowl under your bed, next to your bed to clarify and also to help you remember your dreams and also for you to be able to connect. Here, the earth working with what? The earth to create charms, nature, and do your rituals, okay? And just do what you want to do, your thing. That's what you're here to do. Don't get twisted. Don't get deviated from your path. Focus. Work with the divine. Prayer. Vibration. Speak. Grounded feet. Work with the earth. Work with my hands. Water. Plants. And just focus. Visualize what I want to manifest. What do I want to create? It's up to you. Okay? It's up to you. This is your life. You're in charge of your destiny. Nobody else is in charge of that. Okay? When we start giving other people in charge of us, they make a mess. And then we're stuck with that mess. So don't allow other people to mess with your destiny. Your destiny is yours. Your birthright. You're here to achieve it, to accomplish it. Remember, you're not here on purpose. I don't know how many times I got to repeat this. I think I have to keep saying, I'm going to make a song. You're here for a purpose. You're here for a reason. You're here for a purpose. You're here for a reason. You're not here to live so-and-so's life or tell somebody else what to do. You're here to do you. Focus on you. Focus on your journey. And love as you go along. Be kind as you go along. Be compassionate as you go along. If we can just focus on what we want and what our focus is here and what our destiny is here, what we're here to achieve, because we're not just here to achieve for self. Yes, for ourselves, but also in a way that ourselves gives more love and light in the world, that we expand and connect with the love that we have for the divine as we channel God, that we're also giving good back to the universe, back to this planet, okay? As we're moving in our path, remember with love, forgiveness, compassion, kindness, respect, and move in your direction. Don't tell so-and-so, well, you're wrong. You're not supposed to be doing that. You're supposed to be praying to this. Well, we don't accept that anymore. You can't do that. You can't live here. You can't have that. That's not your place. That's not your place. Your place is yours. Your place. Not hers, not his. Focus on the divine. Focus on God. Okay? Remember, stay true to self. Stay true to spirit. And kindness and love. Don't get caught up in all this drama. All this drama, because it's like just like energy that's like wasted, and you're wasting your time on that. You're wasting time in dramas and this drama. You know who this dating and who's that and we're this and we're that. Well, this new song came in and he hates her, he doesn't like her, they're in court. Let go of everybody else's drama. Okay, focus on your beautiful masterpiece called life that God gave you. All right. Who cares who's dating who? Like, what does that have to do with me? How does that help me? Doesn't. How does that help you? Doesn't. Let's not get caught up in the gossip, the negativity, the hatred, the negativity, and all that stuff. Focus on the positivity. Never tear anybody down. We're here to help build one another and to build ourselves and one another in the process. All right? All right, everyone. Have a good night. I'll see you tomorrow. What's tomorrow? Saturday. Yeah, I'll see you tomorrow. 9 p.m. Okay. 9 p.m. Eastern time. What is that in?
6 p.m. Pacific.
6 p.m. Pacific. Okay, so the West Coast, 6 p.m. and East Coast, 9 p.m. So join me for the live tomorrow. There's a lot of wonderful new things that I'd like to show you. And if anything, take a look at the Botanica and see all the wonderful spiritual products there are. There are these beautiful obsidian crystals that are, I have one myself. They're beautiful. I love this is like big chunky piece of crystal. And what does that do? That blocks negativity. Obsidian blocks it. Negativity. Put in your front entrance. No negativity coming to visit me. Oh no. Okay. All right, everyone, have a good night, and I'll see you tomorrow night. I can't wait. I'm excited. And remember, tomorrow's the pink moon. If you're interested in the honey jar, click the link in my bio to join. And remember your petitions. No negativity. All in the love and the light. Positive love and light words. All right. 8 p.m. Central. Thank you, Denise. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Europe time, you might have to go and try to figure that one out. That one I don't know. I know that there's...
Between 2 and 3 a.m.
Yeah, because you guys are 6 hours ahead in
5 and
Europe.
6.
5 and 6 hours ahead. So, all right. Good night. You're very welcome. Yes, good friend. Sending you lots of love and kisses. Goose night.
Okay.